Today I'm just going to be reviewing the 9-piece brush set, which features a bronzing brush, foundation brush, blush brush, shimmer brush, eyebrow brush, flat top eyeshadow brush, round top blender brush, eyeliner brush, and a lip brush. Starting off with the bronzer brush, I personally love it. I think it's a great fluffy brush, so it would work well for both a bronzer or even just a normal face brush, you know, for setting your powder or anything. It's a really good all-in-one brush for everything actually. I've actually used it both as a face setting powder and for bronzing, and also for contouring even. One thing that's amazing about all of these brushes is that the brushes are so soft, and the softness makes them perfect because it doesn't irritate your skin. A lot of other brushes that I've had have been quite harsh and they do irritate the eyes, especially if it's around the under eye area, and soft brushes will just make your makeup glide on a lot more smoothly and a lot more evenly. Also, these brushes are quite dense in their bristles, and the denseness allows you to pick up a lot of product but just what's necessary to give you a firm, smooth, even application of all of your powder products. Another great thing about these brushes is that something about the softness and the thickness of the brushes means that they don't absorb all of the product. So I noticed that I actually use less product using these brushes because the brushes will just pick it up on the surface and then it buffs it onto your skin really evenly and it doesn't absorb it into the core of the brush, and that goes for all of these brushes. Also, the length of the bronzing brush I think was amazing because some of the other brushes I've had, I find it irritating when you're like swiping down underneath from the jaw onto your neck, blending downwards with your powders, like for face powders, and also because I bronze under here. The bronzer brush bristles are actually quite long and it allows me to like easily swipe down from my jaw onto my neck evenly, and just produces an even coverage, and it's perfect. So I found the bristles' softness and density were the perfect shape for bronzing or setting powder. Also, I found if you didn't have a contouring brush, you could actually just squeeze the bronzing brush, and that will allow you to do like a nice contoured edge just under the cheekbone. And that's what I've been doing since I don't have a contour brush at the moment. And then you can just bronze it out. The brush shape and length are perfect for blending, and using these brushes you can never put on like too much to the point where it's giving you a really awkward harsh line. For the flat foundation brush, I don't actually use those types of brushes for my foundation. I prefer the flat top brushes, but the foundation paddle I find can actually be useful for other things. Like, one thing I do use it for is for my face masks, because if you use a flat foundation brush, then instead of your hands, you use less product when you use a brush because your hands can kind of absorb it, and I just find it produces a more even coverage, and I'll talk about it in a Glam Glow review that I've done. What I used this foundation brush for was actually for my concealer. So I've got quite bad baggy under eyes and I need a lot of concealer in this kind of area, and just because my face is, I don't have that high a cheekbone, so I like to highly highlight and conceal this triangle area here. So I find this foundation brush is perfect for swiping concealer under here, and because it's quite a large surface, it's just a lot faster and more even using this brush as opposed to smaller concealer brushes. So that's one thing that I think this is great for. Again, this is perfect because it doesn't absorb the product. The synthetic bristles are perfect. So again, the blush brush is a lot like the bronzer brush. I love it for the same reasons. It's got amazing brush density and it is so soft and perfect for cheeks. So it doesn't irritate the skin, and the length and softness and density all mean that it is perfect for evenly applying product, and you never apply too much. Like, it blends out so easily with this brush. Because this brush is angled, that's largely the reason that I like it so much. So the shape means that blush application is much easier on the wrist, which produces a more even coverage, and it is much easier to blend out. Again, this brush doesn't absorb product and you never apply too much. It's super easy to blend out and I love it. I've personally never used the Shimmer Brush before, and this was my first go doing it. I was really excited to do it, and personally I think I would probably stick to using a fluffy brush for my shimmer, but on the other hand I do admire the brush. It is perfect for just applying that light dusting of highlighter on the cheekbones. It's a very delicate motion, and I think it would be especially perfect if you had like a super contoured look, and if you had a lot of work going on your blush and your contour that you just worked really hard on, and if you didn't want to disturb that area too much. Like if you use a fluffy brush, sometimes it can like kind of interfere with it when you're blending it. So if you didn't want to interfere with it too much, I think this would be perfect if you just wanted to lightly dust it over the top, and it'd be much more delicate and gentle and subtle. And also this brush would be great just for if you've done a heavy intense glittery look on your eyes and you got a lot of fallout. I know this is perfect for just swiping the excess fallout out from under your eyes. The eyebrow brush, I loved this brush so much. The bristles are perfect for a cream or a powder, because I used the NYX eyebrow cake powder, and I used it, what you do is you dip it into the gel and then you dip it into the powder, and that's how you mix the two contents together to apply it as a gel. And I was using it as both the cream and also just applying straight from the powder onto my brow, and this brush just made the application so easy. It works for both powder and wet products. It does not absorb any of the product again, so use less, better value for money. Really good colour payoff because it all just goes straight from the brush onto you, and it doesn't absorb any of it into the core of the brush. The density of the bristles is amazing, and it is perfect for precise application because I like quite dramatic, precisely done eyebrows. It's just absolutely perfect for me. The angle of the bristles obviously is perfect for my eyebrows, and I can get it really precise, and especially because I like quite a fine long point at the edge of my eyebrow, and it's just perfect for that. And the angle makes it easier on the wrist, obviously. Also, I found the thickness of the brush I was actually kind of worried about to begin with, because it is much thicker than the brush I have at the moment for my eyebrows, so I thought it might be a little bit too thick because I like a thin line on the outer edge of my eyebrows. But when I used it, I actually found that the thickness was perfect because it made it super dense, so it was super precise, and it was actually the perfect thinness. You can go pretty much as thin as you want with this brush and it'll just be super controlled due to the thickness. The only negative about the thickness of the brush is actually the wideness of the brush head, because usually with my old eyeshadow brush, then to do my inner squared kind of edge just along here, then I usually rotate it 90 degrees, but this brush head is a little bit too thick for that, or too wide for that. I can achieve the squared edge in different ways. Using this eyebrow brush actually made my eyebrow routine probably like at least 3 times faster than I normally do them. It's amazing. And I love this brush. And the flat top eyeshadow brush. I had never used a flat top eyeshadow brush, so I was super excited to try this, and I loved it. The density and softness of the bristles is amazing, and perfect for the eyelids because obviously it's a sensitive skin area and it doesn't disturb the skin at all. Super soft and gentle and easy to swipe makeup with. Again, the products don't absorb, and all of the colour goes straight from the brush onto your lid. It doesn't absorb into the core of the brush, so you use less product. This brush is perfect for patting on loose powder or glittery products because the flat motion it presses the product straight onto your lid, and just something about it means it has excellent colour payoff. There's a lot less fallout with the patting motion, so this is perfect for applying colours all over the lid or even onto the crease and upwards. And the round top eyeshadow blending brush. Actually I found this brush daunting to try because the brush is actually quite thick and wide, and I actually don't have very big eyelids. I thought this was just gonna not work and it would just go everywhere. The wideness and thickness of the bristles was actually perfect because, I don't know, something about its width and thickness means that it just covers so much more surface area, and it makes blending so much easier because it just smokes it out and you don't have to buff it out as much. The tapered edge of it is just perfect for your crease. It just blends it out so smoothly and easily. Also, I love this for blending just 2 colours on your eyelid together. Again, the brush head just perfectly blends 2 products and produces a really diffused edge. Again, the brush density is perfect for precision, especially in the crease. So if you wanted like a really dark dramatic crease, produce a really good colour payoff because they don't absorb your product. The eyeliner brush, I actually didn't use this for applying liner. Personally, I think it's a little bit too thick to do any kind of precise winged eyeliner, obviously, but Shan did mention that it's not really for that, it's for a thicker kind of dramatic look. and which that would be perfect, but I don't have very big eyelids, so I can't really work that look. If you did have a gel liner and you wanted a really dramatic thick eyeliner edge, this would be perfect. The bristles are very dense and precise, but I used this for, I applied a pencil liner and then I used this brush to put a deeper colour over to set that eyeliner, and yeah, I think it's perfect for that. Lip brush. I personally don't use lip brushes very often. This bristle is really soft and precise. It's got a tapered edge, which would be perfect for doing the tops of your lips. I can't really say much about it since I don't use them very often. I don't use a lot of lip brushes, but yeah, this is a good brush if you're looking for a lip brush. So I did a video on my using all of these brushes. If you want to see these brushes in action and how they work, what they look like, then I'll link that video below. So overall, I'm very happy with these brushes. I would definitely recommend them to anybody starting out makeup. They're perfect beginners brushes because you can do your whole face with the 9-piece brush set. Also the eyeshadow brush set and face brush sets I'm very keen to try. But just for beginning makeup, I definitely recommend this. It's only $95 for this 9-pack, which is amazing. Really soft, really quality brushes. I didn't mention, of course, none of these brushes shed on me. So soft, so dense, so quality, so easy to clean. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps answer some of your questions if anybody's been wondering about this brush set. I will link where you can purchase these brushes down below. They're from Shannon Harris from New Zealand, so I'm happy to support her as a fellow Kiwi. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye!